Good afternoon, everybody. And in the guise of, I'm not going to say hero, but somebody I spend quite a bit of time on YouTube watching, Barry Davies. This is going to try and do this in a one-take sequence video. And just to really explain to you, this is called Lucas Junction. It's not as good as somebody like Richard from Everard Junction. It's don't have the room that Richard's got, and I probably don't have a little shed down the garden like Barry's got. But just thought I'd do a quick little running session today of my two Class 43 Intercity 125s. Both sound fitted, so we'll do that first of all. We'll put the lights on, and then we'll put the engine sounds on. And that's her starting up. And that's the 002 with the, I think it's called the first and last Intercity 125. So we'll just get that one going. And as you probably realise, I've got a DCC layout, whereas Barry's got a DC layout, and mine's probably not as good as Barry's, and I definitely don't have as many locos. So that one's off. Now the way this layout works is that you've got two helixes, one at either end. I'll try and just drop this down for you quickly so that you might just see the 125 going below the first deck, as it were. I'm not sure if we can get down low enough. I've got this on a tripod to help me a little bit. Oh yeah, you can just sort of see it going under the layout there. Maybe I'll drop this down a little bit more in a minute, but there we go. God, I don't know how Barry does this with one take and holding the camera and all the rest of it, but there we go. Right, so we'll come back up to the top. And there is actually another 125 just behind this station here, to be honest, so we'll get that going and we'll see how we get on. Oh yeah, you can just I don't know if you can see it sitting in there. I don't want you to be watching nothing for ages, but as you can see, I must admit I've got a bit more scenery than Barry, but definitely not as many locos. And you can see the train going through the station there. So what I'll do is I'll just try and move the camera around a little bit, and you can have a sort of a bit of a better bird's eye look. I'll just stop it 1 second. Yes, the one thing I should mention is that I do have a little fire station here with some quite old fire trucks in it, and a little tower out the back, a little place for the firemen to have a barbecue and bits and pieces like that, and even a really old ambulance sitting in the garden, and somewhere for them all to keep their bikes. I hope they're keeping their carbon footprint as low as possible, however. But yeah, that's my fire station. So I'm expecting Sir Kenneth Grange to come through the tunnel mouth any second and go over some points that really make quite a clicking noise, but the train does run over them quite well, I have to say. We'll just wait at the platform as if we're a bit of a train spotter, waiting for the other Intercity to come through. And there she is. About the bit underneath, It's obviously, it's 9 inches between the top and the bottom deck, and one of the problems that you have when you build a layout with a helix is tractive effort, to be honest. And whilst this 125 here is an expensive Hornby version, it will pull maybe another one coach up to make it sort of a 4-coach train with the dummy car at the back. But even though both of these helixes are only 2%, so they rise by about 2%, you will find that unless you've got a locomotive with quite heavy locomotive and with all-wheel drive, they'll slip as they go up the helix with anything more than, I don't know, say 5, maybe 6 coaches at a push. So I tend to keep the size of my trains to about 4 or 5 coaches, and you can actually see just in the background there's a class 37 with a blue circle cement train on it, and that's quite long. And also behind it, I don't know if you can see that, there's another 37 with a SO fuel tanker on it. So that's pretty much a quick brief description of the layout. I think what Barry says at the end of his videos, if you will have half as much fun as I have had building this, then the world will be a better place. Thank you, good afternoon.